Hello everybody. So today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about integration. So now I will show you how to answer. We need to use about integration by substitution. So I will put about u equals to this one. So we do first the derivative for the both sides, and you got about du equal to 3 over 2 s to the power of 1 over 2. Because we don't have 3 over 2 in here, so we need to divide both sides by 3 over 2. And you got about 2 over 3 du equals to this one. So this one we change for u. S to the power of 1 over 2 ds we change for 2 over 3 du. And the integration of sine u, you will go about negative 2 over 3 cosine u. And we put about c. Question number 2. We need to use about integration by substitution. So I will put about u equal to s over 2. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. Because we don't have 1 over 2 in here, so we multiply both sides by number 2. So this one we change for u. ds we change for 2 du. The integration of cosine u, you got about sine u, and we put about c, that's about the constant. About u, that's about s over 2. And this one I forget, we need to change back to this one in here. And that's the final answer for question 1 and question 2. Now let's go to question number 3. We need to use about integration by substitution. So I will put about u equal to 3s squared minus 1. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. You got about 6s ds. Because we don't have number 6 in here, so we need to divide both sides by number 6. So this one we change for u. S ds we change for du over 6. The integration of this one, you got about negative 1 over u, and we put about c. About u, we need to change back to 3s squared minus 1. And we put negative sign go outside. And this is the answer for question number 3. Question number 4. We need to use about integration by parts. So you will got about u equal to s to the power of 3 minus 2s minus 5. So if we do first the derivative for the both sides, you got about du equal to 3s squared minus 2 ds. dv we got about sine 2s ds. The integration of this one, you got about v equal to negative 1 over 2 cosine 2s. So we have u multiplied by v, and you will got about s to the power of 3 minus 2s minus 5 multiplied by negative 1 over 2. And we have cosine 2s. Next, du multiplied by v. So because we have the negative sign in here and we have another negative in here, so you go about positive 1 over 2. And we have the integration 3s squared minus 2 cosine 2s ds. Next, we use about integration by parts again. Now this time is about 3s squared minus number 2. So we do first derivative for the both sides. You go about 6s. Now this time is about cosine 2s. The integration cosine 2s. You go about 1 over 2 sine 2s. Now we have this one in here. So about this integration, we will have u multiplied by v. And we have 1 over 2 3s squared minus 2 sine 2s. We have du multiplied by v. So you go about 6 divided by 2. You go about number 3. And we have the integration s sine 2s ds. Next, we use about integration by parts again. So this one you go about s. This one you go about ds. Now we change for sine 2s. And this one you go about negative 1 over 2 cosine 2s. This one in here, we have u multiplied by v. So you go about negative s over 2 cosine 2s. Because we have the negative in here and we have another negative in here, that's why you go about positive. And we have 1 over 2. And we have du multiplied by v. And that's about the integration cosine 2s ds. And this one in here, the integral of cosine 2s, you go about 1 over 2 sine 2s. And we put about c in here. And that's it, the final answer. Question, the next one, we need to use about integration by parts. So we got about u equals to s, du equals to ds, dv equal to sine s ds. The integration of sine s, you got about v equal to negative cosine s. So we got about u multiplied by v. Because you have the negative sign here, so you got about positive. And we have du multiplied by v. And you got about cosine s ds. And we got the final answer. The integration of cosine s, you got about positive sine s. And we put about c in here. Now let's go to the next one. We need to use about integration by substitution. So I will put about u equal to 3s plus 10. So because we still have s, so we put number 10 go to the left and we divide both sides by number 3. And you got about u minus 10 divided by 3 equal to s. Next, we do first the derivative of this one. Because we don't have number 3 in here, so we divide both sides by number 3. This one we change for u. About s we change for this one. The s we change for the u over 3. So number 3 and number 3 we multiply each other and you got about 1 over 9. U to the power of 49 multiplied by u and number 10. The integration of this one in here, you will got about 1 over 9 u to the power of 51 over 51 u to the power of 50 over 50, and we put about c. About u, that's about this one. And this is the final answer. And the last one, we need to use about integration by substitution. So I will put about u equals to this one. So we do first the derivative for the both sides. You got about negative 5r to the power of 4 over 10 dr. We divide both sides by number 5. Because we don't have negative number 2, so we put negative number 2 next to du. This one we change for u. R to the power of 4 dr, we change for negative number 2 dr or du, sorry. The integration of u to the power of 3, you will got about negative number 2 u to the power of 4 over 4 plus c. We simplify number 2 for the both sides. And u, that's about this one. This is the end. Thank you for watching.